Yeah, let's start first of all with what's happened at ESPN. ESPN at noon today broke a story involving people from the NBA that have told them about Kawhi Leonard's deteriorating relationship with every franchise he ever played for. They insinuated that Kawhi and his people bullied, intimidated, and overwhelmed the Clippers with demand after demand after demand, and that the medical people who run the Clippers were denied access to treat Kawhi Leonard's chronic knee problems because of Kawhi's handlers. One general manager told ESPN it was almost as if there was an own set of rules for Kawhi Leonard and a different set of rules and different timetable for everybody else, and said that by virtue of everything that's happened there in the last couple of years, it's almost as if they've destroyed the reputation of the owner, Steve Ballmer. And they say this mimics the exact same thing that happened in San Antonio when that relationship went sour. And the Spurs are one of the best-run organizations in the world. And one executive told ESPN, it's like Kawhi Leonard and his people said, F you, San Antonio. We're going to do things our way. And then he went to Toronto, and the same thing happened. And obviously it's happened again in Los Angeles. Another executive said the Clippers are done with Kawhi Leonard and his people. Ooh. What they're trying to do now is save the reputation of the owner. And the owner is really, really offended about this situation. So that's where we are. That story broke just before noon today, ESPN with an investigative piece about all things about Kawhi Leonard and Kawhi Leonard's handlers. Because now we have a deteriorating relationship in San Antonio, which is a classy organization. What happened at the end in Toronto and what's transpired with all these, quote, side deals in LA. That takes us to the next topic because this story is not over. Went back and did some checking. Rumors are everywhere. The NBA investigation of Kawhi Leonard and the salary cap intervention has really taken on some real dimensions because of what's called Article 13. Article 13 in the collective bargaining agreement breaks down specifics. If you are caught circumventing the salary cap intentionally, the Clippers could be hit with a massive fine. The Clippers could be hit with a $28 million tax bill if indeed they are indicted for using this private company to fund money beyond the salary cap to Kawhi Leonard. They could get hit with a tax bill of $28 million. Ballmer could be suspended for 1 year. The team could be stripped of 5 first-round draft picks. For the first time, there's information out there that Kawhi Leonard, who may have taken part in all this with his demands, could be suspended for 1 year. He could be fined $350,000. He could be ordered to repay the $28 million he illegally got and paid back to the bankruptcy judge. Wow. And they could void his $50 million contract and put him on the street as an unsigned free agent when everybody else has spent all their money in free agency. So there are things here that could broadside the Clippers immediately, and there are things here that could be handed down against Kawhi Leonard. That to me is just an absolutely stunning story about the depths of Article 13.
Yeah, I mean, that's a huge punch in the nose for both Kawhi and the Clippers if it goes all the way. Do you think maybe Steve Ballmer and some of the secondary owners are thinking, hey, maybe we do get busted, and that way we can just get rid of Kawhi and get rid of his contract?
Well, you get rid of the contract, but look at the sanctions against your team.
Yeah,
it's not like you're letting him walk free because you're going to pay a penalty if they find the Clippers guilty.
5 first-round picks. I mean, it'll set you back a decade.
Yeah, well, that happened to the Minnesota Timberwolves, and they suspended their owner for almost 1 full calendar year, Glenn Taylor, and he eventually sold the franchise. I just have a hard time believing that Steve Ballmer would do anything like this. Subordinates, maybe. Maybe he had no knowledge whatsoever.
Yeah, it's weird because Ballmer always struck me as a quality guy. Sure. And the same thing with Kawhi. I mean, granted he was here in San Diego for only 2 years, but we all love him here in San Diego, and he was a good fit here. And I know the whole load management became a thing. He was probably one of the first players to start doing that, and that was probably in San Antonio, wasn't it? So, but he's a winner, man. He's been the MVP of the NBA Finals twice, and when healthy, I mean, the guy is still awesome.
But money and power change people. And if you base what the ESPN story is, quoting people about the end of that relationship with San Antonio, what happened in Toronto, and now what's happened in LA, we're connecting the dots here. Are you telling me Kawhi is not involved in this?
Well, it's like, his uncle agent. Is he like the Scott Boras of the NBA, trying to strong arm these guys in high leverage negotiation deals?
Bad situation. Bad situation. We'll see where it goes, because the NFL says this probe is not going to go away. And the NFL historically.
The NBA.
I'm sorry, the NBA. NBA historically has taken harsh actions against people that violate the law.
Yeah. This is getting uglier the more information that comes out.
And I think I told you a week ago, I hate to say I told you so. I said, the longer this goes, the deeper it's going to get and the more it's going to happen. We've had about 4 days of stuff where more stuff has exploded.
Nobody likes an I told you so.
That's okay. Some of us are bleeping brilliant, as I told you so.
Right.
Okay, that's all things basketball. Fans Forum chat box is open. You have an opinion about the depths of the Kawhi Leonard LA Clippers story, feel free to get involved.